I decided to take an NRA pistol course, and with that knowledge, that fear of firearms was gone.
It's kind of cemented to me why it's important to know how to defend yourself, why using a firearm is so integral to our country and the fabric of our culture.
So I would just say, take the first step. It's like anything, once you take that first step, then you can just fall in love with it.
Women are really searching for information. This answers a whole lot of questions they have that their friends or family don't have the answers to, or provide answers that are incorrect.
Our brothers, our husbands, our fathers, our gun store salespeople, we want the message to come out to them that they need to encourage females to seek training before they purchase a firearm.
Women are strong advocates for training, and I think women don't want to buy a gun until they learn.
Since you're a right-handed shooter, I want you to hold the magazine in your left hand. I'm going to give you a couple of dummy cartridges. You're just going to press them with the case head straight down.
Women come away with a lot of specific knowledge that they ordinarily would not have access to when they complete an NRA basic pistol course. They work with semi-automatic firearms, single-action revolvers, double single-action revolvers.
That course basically sums up the fundamentals of firearm safety, the fundamentals of how handguns work, and also the basic fundamentals of marksmanship. And you combine those three together, and a whole attitude then changes about firearms.
When we pick up the firearm, we want to make sure that our finger is nice and high on the frame. We want to make sure that we're nice and high on this beaver tail. With your left hand, you're going to come under the trigger guard and work your hand around. Notice that my thumbs are rigid and facing forward, and they lock into place almost like a puzzle piece.
The most important thing to me is that they can clear that gun properly and safely, not fumbling trying to lock the slide back, not fumbling trying to drop the magazine, because if you can't safely clear that gun and confidently clear that gun, then to me that is not the right gun for you. More importantly than how much recoil it has, more importantly than how it shoots at the range, is how safely you can handle that firearm.
Once they have that basic confidence that they understand how to safely and successfully handle that firearm, they are more willing to start attending higher level courses, taking advanced and defensive training, and then eventually I can mentor them and encourage them to get into the instructor level programs. You're going to insert the magazine with the bullet of the dummy cartridge facing away from us. These ridges back here on the slide, you're going to place the heel of your palm there and wrap your fingers over like this, keeping clear of the chamber there. Pull back and let go. Well done. This has an external thumb safety, this particular model, since it's a 1911 style. So with this thumb, you're going to push up on that external thumb safety right there. Excellent. So now you've engaged the safety.
When you're instructing, you have to be patient, but also you just have to kind of be encouraging. You have to be someone, that encourages people to just keep trying and go for it.
Students usually come to class thinking, well, it's a gun, I have a trigger finger, you pull the trigger, and that's all you have to learn. And with a class that is so comprehensive, they learn that it's a first step. It's not the end, it's the beginning of that whole process of learning how to safely, effectively handle firearms.
The advice I have for new students is that if you think you might be interested in firearms, either as home security or recreation, competition, or to carry, take a good NRA course, one that teaches the fundamentals, and then you can take other courses that go beyond that so that you know the safety rules, that you can be safe and responsible with a firearm. And if you choose to never go any farther with your shooting experience, you have that basic knowledge.
Want to know what's happening at American Rifleman? Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. We'll be right back.
Women from everywhere and anywhere come to these clinics. The whole mission was to get them firing those first shots and getting through that step of it's not going to jump off that table and hurt anyone.
Feet should be about shoulder width apart. Relax your knees and just bring the firearm up directly at your eye level. Bring your shoulders forward. Excellent. I'm gonna push on you just a bit. Good. Feel that recoil? Your body's kind of acting like a spring at that point. Very good.
I find that women who come to class, often if they've been given a firearm, had a friend or a spouse buy them a firearm, it is not always the best firearm for them. And unfortunately, a lot of the assumptions are little gun for the little lady. And that is basically the opposite of what you should be looking for.
So if a customer comes in and they know very little about guns and they may be with a spouse or a friend that might be a male and trying to push them towards something else, I try to tell the spouse this is going to become more of a passion for them if it's something they learn on their own, not just because you're forcing them to one thing or the other.
The ability of the women to fire the handguns is shown by the data that it's directly correlated to their hand size and not to their age or technical ability.
Taking a basic pistol course is a real good start in learning about the different models, the different calibers, semi-auto versus revolver, and basing their choices from that and moving forward.
You're gonna focus on your front sight and you're gonna line that up in your rear sights there. You should see equal height between the three and equal light on either side of that front sight.
A woman who has just participated in NRA's basic pistol course is now, gifted with all of the information, knowing the fundamentals of pistol shooting. So she's on the firing line, she's thinking about her grip, her stance, her sight alignment, her sight picture, her breath control, her hold control. She's thinking about her trigger press. Am I going to follow through? And then take that even further. What is my instructor thinking? Am I doing a good job? Am I an A student? The key is to redirect those thoughts and have them focus on just the really important fundamentals, sight alignment and trigger press. And once they've mastered those two, then you move on to follow through.
I would just say for women that want to learn how to shoot, a lot of women might be apprehensive about it and say, oh my gosh, the thought of guns scare me. And I would just say, take a jump and at least come to a class. You're not required to buy anything, you just learn. And if you say, you know what, this intrigues me, learn some more. And what I tell people is knowledge is power, and the more you learn, the less scary it is. Because it's only scary because you don't know anything about it.
When you're ready to practice your trigger pull, you're gonna take your thumb and go down on that thumb safety to disengage it. Perfect. Whenever you're ready, place your finger on the trigger, slow, steady squeeze to the rear. Very good.
I think one of the reasons that it's important to get more women involved in being NRA instructors, because women out there are looking for instruction with someone that they're comfortable with, someone that they can ask questions and not feel intimidated, or maybe they're asking a silly question. When it's another woman, I think they feel a lot more comfortable in asking those questions.
We all know what guns are capable of. That's why we're buying them, to be able to defend ourselves. And as I tell my clients, that gun is also capable of doing that to you if you don't learn safely how to handle this firearm. So we want to make sure that we never have those accidents. And so if you're intimidated when you come in to learn, then there's a serious problem with that. And you're not going to learn everything that you could learn if you were at a more relaxed environment.
The NRA absolutely could use more female instructors. Again, demographics, they're getting more female students, and female instructors can relate. Students can relate in a way that possibly they can't with a male instructor. There are problems that we face that they may not face. So female instructors, good female instructors, are an absolute necessity, and it's a goal to help translate students who really like shooting into instructors.